aqidah that their answer, they brag about. They brag about following his footsteps. And that's what you got to keep in mind. A lot of people defame this da'wah because they associate it with this Al Saud over here. The first Al Saud, I really look and see if there's anything questionable about their intention that appears to us. We couldn't find nothing. But this, from the time of Abdul Aziz till now, we see nothing but traitorship, corruption, governing by other than what Allah ordered. And that's one of the things, that people defame the Salafi da'wah, that which they call the Wahhabi da'wah, because of this kind of thing. And they're all from the east to the west. We take some questions now.
Is it okay to call ourselves Wahhabis, Shaykh?
Wahhabis is a name that people gave. We call ourselves Muslims, and that's what we satisfied with, is Muslims. Wahhabis is not a name people... You know, one time I was listening to a debate between Shia and a Sunnah, a big scholar. And the guy said, I studied and graduated from a Sharia university, and then he said, I was a Wahhabi too. As soon as he said I was a Wahhabi, that's the biggest lie. Because no Wahhabi calls himself a Wahhabi. No, how could you call it? As soon as he said that, he was a liar. There was much question marks about his credibility. As soon as you say that, no Wahhabi calls himself. The enemies of Muhammad ibn Abd Al Wahab start calling those who follow in his footsteps Wahhabi, to attempt to defame him, make them look like they're shunned people, and that's not true. So we call ourselves Muslims and follow the Quran and the Sunnah according to the path of the Sahaba. Yes.
Did you say when he died, or did you say when he died?
1206 after the Hijrah. 1206 after the Hijrah of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Anyone here, anything we would like to, we can reply to it. Anyone, any thing bad they heard about it,
Shaykh, through my own readings about the attacks on this Wahhabist or Wahhabism, or like this trend.
Turn it off.
Shaykh, most of the time they just attack and they don't have anything, any what do you call weapons with them to attack. They just say that they are deviants. They brought Islam back to 300 or 400 years ago. But when it comes to hadath, or like something wrong, something devious, they don't say anything. So you can feel that they have nothing to say.
They don't say something, or they say lies and may fabricate lies. Like one of the things popular about them is he used to take women and shave all their heads off. First of all, that's a stupid thing to say. What if he did that? Assumingly he did that, but it's a lie. It's a lie, first of all. And second thing, they bring, it shows you their ignorance, and they caused in this ummah something. As soon as they say this is a Wahhabi, oh, he's a Wahhabi, that's it. They run away. That's it. And that's it. What is a Wahhabi, brother? Oh, I don't know, he's just a Wahhabi. That's it.
You remember one time I asked what is Wahhabi? Because I've been raised in an environment like they say that these guys are deviant. That's all. What's the proof? What did they do?
We brought, I say, anyone who says that, and first of all, they don't know how to debate. They're ignorant. I never met someone who I asked him who Wahhabi is, never, and told me. The thing is, tell him, okay, let's assume he was the devil of this earth. We got, here's his books. Kitab al-Tawheed, al-Usul al-Thalatha, Kashf al-Shubuhat, the difference between us and Jahiliyyah, issues, 128 issues he named, where we and the Jahiliyyah are different. Mukhtasar Zad al-Ma'ad, Mukhtasar Sirat al-Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Take all these books and pull out one mistake. One mistake. Just tell us how this man was deviant. Nothing. All they say, Wahhabis, they hate the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. They hate the 4 Imams. And the things I told you about the Khatm al-Quran, he goes to extreme in obeying the madhabs, rather than coming up with the ijtihad himself. Go ahead.
Did Muhammad ibn Abdul Wahab have any contact with the British at all? Because there's one line that they say, I think it's a lie, of course it's a lie, that he was working for the British as a spy, or that there was a British spy who was working with him.
That wasn't him. It was absolutely pure and clear. No British around him during the time of Muhammad Abd Al Wahab himself. What they're talking about is the second time when Abdul Aziz came, and there was actually a British soldier, and his name was Shakespeare, and he was a British soldier and a general, and he was fighting. And these people who were the descendants of Muhammad Abd Al Wahab found out that amongst them is a kafir. and they snapped. We have a kafir here. Later they found that huge big general dead, unknown causes. They don't know how he died. That was one of the landmark things that changed. Just this one thing. One thing. Imagine that. One general fighting in their lines, of course spying on them and knowing what they're doing. One general is what made these Muslims, who were the descendants of Abd Al Wahab, take a stand against the Al Saud family.
Another question. This guy Lawrence of Arabia, I don't know if you heard of this. Does this directly have to do with this and this situation? Or
I don't think it has nothing to do with this situation at all. I'm not sure though.
Who came after Shaykh al-Islam ibn Wahab?
His sons.
No. Who that changed this da'wah or stopped this da'wah? What happened?
No one stopped it. This da'wah is nurturing, and it's going to be the da'wah that leads this ummah to supreme. No one stopped it. It's growing day by day. Growing day by day. Look at the whole world. The right da'wah and the right aqidah, everyone's turning to it throughout the world. And with the right manners, I say, and with the right approach, this da'wah is going to, maybe you see its victory in our lifetime.
What I mean is, there have been, like minor dajjals that have come up and stuff that are saying they're giving this da'wah when they're not. And that's what I'm asking about. When did that start?
What is it?
I mean, the people that are, saying they're Salafi and they're teaching something else. When did this begin?
The ones who are allied with the Hakim and the ones who refute others and stuff. Where did this start?
Well, you have a lot of that during many of the times. And probably the last phase you're talking about is Abdul Aziz. He had around him scholars who, of course, they probably are paid, or they don't, they don't care about, the true aqidah. So he surrounded himself sometimes with scholars. There were other scholars who came after him. All times you find the right scholars and the evil ones. But if you ask when it started after, or became popular after Abdul Aziz the second time had taken leadership in what's today the Arabian Peninsula.
So, right from the first of the Saud, right from Ibn Abdul Aziz, Ibn Saud.
Well, yes, possibly, yes. I think yes, from what I recall. Yes, brother.
Sheikh, in our gathering we have different people which believe different things, like for Shaykh Abdul Wahab.
Yeah, that's what I want to hear. If someone doesn't believe that, I would love to hear.
Actually, I'm asking another thing in that. Sometimes when we are with some other brothers who believe what we really believe, right? And we talk about these brothers that, they are against Abdul Wahab, they call us Wahhabi or something like that. Actually, which is a ghiba, I don't know. But
worse than ghiba, accusation.
Yeah. So talking about these brothers is considered a ghiba, because when...
Talking about who?
Someone who, who says, they are Wahhabi, right? And in their absence, we sometimes talk that, this guy is Brelvi, let's say, in Aqidah. So we talk about all these things. Is that considered ghiba?
It depends on how you say it and what's said. If you mean someone in particular, and it's not to warn of him, ghiba. If it's to warn of someone who has spreading deviance or a bid'ah, and you want to warn of him, that's one of the exceptions to ghiba. You can talk about him. But for no reason, minor mistake, maybe there's a miscommunication or, mislabeling going on, and we sit and lash out, and we know precisely who we're talking about, certain person or certain group, that's ghiba. If there's no reason behind it, no clear evidence why we're doing that, that's ghiba.
Actually, the way we do it, we certainly do for certain people, and we know these people, but they pretend to say that this is not the right Islam which we are believing, or whatever is shown by, let's say, for Osama bin Laden and all these things. They are not the real Islam. Islam is something is low and all these things. For that, just we discuss with other brothers also sometimes. So that we should discuss or not, or just to warn them. It's not just warn.
It's your duty. It's your duty. Not it's not our duty. The reason I mentioned probably the first time ever I give a lecture on this man is because, or talk about this man, because that's our topic, Heroes of Islam, and a lot of people requested, a lot of brothers requested this. But it's your duty to defend Islam, and if someone is talking evil about any Muslim, they must be quiet or you leave. If you don't want to defend him, you have to defend